The 4 decades of rock on 106.1 Rock Radio. All this week, the 80s. Leggings, shoulder pads and multicoloured slap. And that was just the guys. Today, the motors.
Let's talk about 80s motoring with the author and journalist Alastair Walker. Hi, Al.
Hi there, Steve.
The 80s. Red Porsches.
Oh, yeah.
What is that, sir? That, Charles, is my new Porsche 928 S4.
Shall I have the chauffeur put it in the garage?
Fire the chauffeur.
Princess Diana in her Ford Escort Cabriolet.
Lovely.
I remember in the 80s seeing Stephen Patrick Morrissey of this parish out and about in Hale Barnes, which is where today it's full of football players and people who are in Hollyoaks. But back in the day, he used to live there. And what do you think that back in, this must have been about 87, Stephen Patrick Morrissey, a legendary miserablist from the Smiths, would be seen driving around Hale Barnes in? He was driving a white Golf Clipper, which was the convertible Mark I Golf, with white wheels and a white leather interior.
Wow.
It was the most inappropriate vehicle I could possibly imagine him driving. And there he was, spinning around in something that I might have expected to see, oh, I don't know, Linda Lusardi getting out of.
Timmy Mallet. Something like that. Yeah, maybe he was just trying to cheer himself up.
This is the man who put $1 million on black, and it came up red. This is the man who married a sex kitten, just as she turned into a cat. This is the man who drives a Volkswagen. Everyone must have something in life he can rely on.
It was the decade of aspiration, and it was the decade of the hot hatch, and like I said, people in red braces driving red Porsche 911s with massive whale tail spoilers on the back, even if they weren't actually the turbo version of the car and didn't really need that spoiler on the back to keep it in contact with the road.
There was definitely that, yeah. There was that sort of loads of money generation. I think, to be fair, that was mainly London and the home counties, really. The early 80s certainly was a time of recession, especially for the whole country, kind of north of the Midlands. It was lots of job losses. But yeah, it was an era of the hot hatch, and those who did make a few quid would have bought, Peugeot 205 GTI, I suppose, and the Renault 5 Turbo, one of the sort of early hot hatches, and Volkswagen Golf GTI. Everybody was at it, weren't they, within a few years? You could even buy an MG Maestro Turbo. I think it was all red, wasn't it? It had sort of red wheels and a sunroof and a red spoiler on it and things like that.
Alastair, you could buy a Montego Turbo, an MG
Indeed.
Montego. Never mind the Maestro with a boot. I remember a colleague of mine, he went on the launch of it. And the funny thing about those Maestros or Montegos, they may have looked ridiculous, but they didn't half go well. And they handled particularly well. They had a very wide track. And he managed to lose it, this colleague of mine, on a bend, and ended up in a farmer's field on the roof. And I don't know if you remember, but that was the car that also had a talking dashboard. So he's in a farmer's field on a roof, having got this corner especially badly wrong, and the voice said, "The boot is open." The boot
Useful information if you wanted to make a quick getaway.
is open. The boot, and he couldn't do anything about it. He's suspended upside down in the car. He had to listen to that voice saying the boot was open for about 20 minutes before somebody came and rescued him and took him to hospital.
Come with me. I want to show you a very special place. It's where Austin Rover design all their new cars. There are new Maestros, including this one. Go on. The new 2-litre fuel-injected MG. And it looks really terrific out on the road. There are a lot more new cars I'd like to show you. Like this, the new Austin Montego Estate. And I think it's the most stylish estate car ever designed. What's more, it's British.